Yeah, I know. It's the unknown. The unknown. It's time to go into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming.
Come on, Twitter. Don't be a dick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second qualifier for the ACGL MGMS tournament. We watched last week as we saw a lot of teams. There was 32 teams. The full bracket was filled last weekend, and we saw all of those teams fight it out to get you. We have 3 teams left. Exdee Danger Kids, Revenant Gaming, or Revenant Esports, and Team Name. Today I am Ulturism as always, and joining me today is, again, Jar of Jam, the world-renowned caster, having done everything from RLCS, Shift Pro League, Gauntlets. Jar, how are you today?
Wow, again, I think even last time I couldn't possibly follow up the expectations that you set up for me. But yeah, hello there everyone, I am Jar of Jam as always, haven't changed for ages. And it's such a pleasure to be. I'm honored that African Gaming has invited me once again for the MGMS second qualifiers, and I'm hoping to see some great Rocket League. And as Ulturism has been telling me, I will be in for a treat.
Definitely, we're in for a treat here tonight. I mean, these guys have proven themselves. 3 teams out of 32 means that they've already come quite a long way to get to this finals here for this qualifier. So these guys know what they're doing. These guys, we're going to be seeing the aerial shots. We're going to be seeing the passing plays. We're seeing actually all 3 teams today are pretty new in that they've only been playing together for a little while. A lot of these guys, though, have been playing on the top competitive circuit. You've got to see these guys. They've been playing ranked together. They've been playing individually, you know, queuing up. They've been playing together now just for a couple of months, most of these guys. Some of them even a couple of weeks together. And they have managed to pull it out so far, and it's going to be really interesting to see tonight how these guys manage to go against the other top teams in the country.
And it seems that out of the 3 teams that we'll be seeing today, the ones you've named, Exdee Gaming, Revenant Esports, and Team Name seems to be the weakest one. They also have formed their team just a week before the MGMS, and now are still got this far, beating other 29 teams. Math, trying to do this at the same time.
Quick math.
Not all of them at the same time, obviously, or in a row, but still, they did quite well to get here. But the challenge will be definitely against the Exdee Danger Kids and Revenant Esports. Whoever will drop from the winners bracket final, the match that we'll be seeing first, will be playing against Team Name after that, and they might be in for quite a big trouble. But let's just let the teams show what they're capable of.
Certainly going to be interesting to see. The nice thing about this is the winners bracket final, which means whoever wins this game goes instantly into the final game and instantly secures themselves a spot at the finals, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks. We already have 2 teams for that sitting there waiting. Whoever wins this gets themselves a position, gets themselves out of that loser bracket finals. So there is a lot to play for coming up in this game here between Exdee Danger Kids and Revenant Esports.
Here, this is the opener of the game as we see a quick pass goes to the side of the Revenant Esports, but they can't get to control of it, and now it's a quick return for the Exdee Danger Kids. Just a little bit of quick play and long headshot. Yeah, well, long distance headshot. I think we can go with that one with no one from Exdee Danger Kids going for it too late on that challenge. Cougar Gaming, and there it is.
Seems like there was a little bit of, you know, mistakes there in the rotations by the side of Exdee there. It might be first game jitters. Only 15 seconds in, so they haven't really got the time. But now they're looking to make another offense here to try and get themselves back on the board quickly. And Mother tries to put this in now. Samurai Werty pushes up to the side. Timmy's in the air, manages to get a touchdown, pushes it past Samurai Werty and does get cleaned up. A little bit of tennis back and forth now. Just need to make sure that they get those rotations. Exdee doesn't want to give up another goal so quickly. Now we see Mother up on the wall, but Samurai Werty looking to keep up that pressure against them. Oh, that ball just goes to the left-hand side. Pro Noob doing really well to try to take that shot, but unable to find the opening yet.
Revenant Esports play extremely aggressive. Look how the player dived straight in the middle of 3 Exdee players, and he was ready for that aggression, and perhaps for the next attacks, Exdee Danger Kids might think twice. Waterfall shot, and Mother finds a great goal as an answer to the Revenant Esports. Wow, what a boomer. He wasn't aiming it straight up, but it went in at an angle that Pro Noob just couldn't get rid of.
Sometimes you just have to go for those very ambitious and very aggressive stances. I mean, we've seen these guys diving in amongst 3 of the opposite side, like you said, and they made it work on that side, did Exdee. Oh, headshot going for the dunk there, trying to get it back in. Nice clear there, actually, by the side of Exdee. Now we see Timmy on the wall. He's very, very good in the air. And Samurai Werty just pushes it back towards his own net. You know, gets that pass out. Timmy's still in complete control. Passes it off now. Mother trying to put a shot and not able to do it yet. Pro Noob and Headshot now both caught in this corner. That could be very dangerous for them. How did he manage to push it off there? The Pro Noob managing to read it off his own crossbar, off his own side post, and pinch it out and just alleviate that pressure coming out from Exdee. Great play by him.
Exdee tried to pull off a 1-2 pass. Another setup. Look at that. Mother was already waiting, and the slow chip with 2 defenders from Revenant Esports does completely trick them. So if there's one thing that Revenant Esports need to change going later in the game is the fact that they need to stop these plays before they even happen. Just challenge these passes. Don't wait passively in the net. Otherwise, I feel like Exdee Gaming will be going for these again and again and again. They see how well they work, and why fix something that's working?
We see now a nice read off the wall coming in there, taking a shot, and now a ball's left out in the open. Timmy's there backing it up, gets onto the wall, no boost though, so it's going to be difficult for him to follow this up. We see NoClip, good communication between the two of them as NoClip comes and takes it off his hands. Well defended there by the side of Revenant Esports, though. Headshot now going up for it, doesn't read it, but Pro Noob is sitting there on the ground, wants to slow it down. NoClip comes in, gets a shot in, and Samurai Werty's going to have to make something come off the wall here. Pushes it into the center, but that drops down to Mother, and that's something that this Danger Kids side really shows their danger in, is these backboard shots. Now we see Mother almost putting that in off a pass. An attempted clear from the side of Revenant Esports.
There was a little bit of a double commit by the side of Exdee. Two players going for the ball where they should have really just committed one, with the second player maybe cleaning it up in case there was a rebound. It didn't work for them in the end at all, but the slow chip, another one. It's something is... maybe it catches the whole Revenant Esports side just a little bit off guard. The fact that this shot is so slow that you're ready for something quick, and headshot right there, just couldn't make that save. And wow, the Revenant Esports side, first of all, really needs to get out of their side. It feels like Exdee have been pressuring them for a while and finding more and more shots, more and more opportunities, and it is shown on the scoreline. But still, 2 minutes remaining. Headshot. Oh, headshot. Something is... he either hasn't warmed up, or he just, for whatever reason, something is not working with his basic technical skills. A couple of these flicks. Previously, he has conceded a goal. Now he has almost conceded one. Maybe they just need to leave a different defender back there. But on a quality rotation, it's one out of the 3 players, and it seems like Headshots can't really handle the role that's given to him.
Certainly seems there. That's 3 in a row that he's ended up the wrong way when someone's coming in to attack. So, you know, it's very dangerous. I mean, you turn what should be an easy save into a very difficult maneuver there. There he goes up again, and, you know, he just doesn't seem planted when it comes to there. Now we see a good shot coming, and Samurai Werty tries this. Pro Noob tries to touch it, just control it down. Gets it too far back on his car, and Headshot's left there alone in the back. Seems like Exdee not able to capitalize on this. This drops down. Headshot does make a good clear now. Pop away there by Timmy, just looking for that pass there. NoClip pushing it up, and Mother wanting to contest now. So a little bit of frantic play here, but you know, this seems to be working out in the side of the Exdee favor. They just put on that pressure, and it seems to be getting in the face of the Revenant Esports side. And it's just, you know, maybe that's what's getting to Headshot, is he's just not prepared for this constant onslaught, and that's why he's constantly backwards.
Well, he must be prepared for this one. If on the higher levels of play, it only gets harder and harder. Can NoClip follow up? He was trying to do something similar previously. He couldn't finish it this time, but wow, he got extremely close. Let's see how this play from Revenant Esports will unfold. But really, we haven't seen them in the attack that much. They got a couple of long-distance shots. One of them obviously ended up in a goal from Headshot, but nothing too threatening afterwards. And you can see that the pressure just continues mounting. And I wouldn't be surprised if the game number 2 of this matchup will continue in the same vein. The fact that, that could have been a little bit of a bit of honey in that pot of whatever horrible that was doing for Revenant Esports. I was going for a Russian phrase. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure how that Russian phrase translates to English, so I'll have to improvise. And well, what can I say? Just don't put me in front of a microphone in front of a crowd of people. I'll be failing.
It does, you know, bode well for the rest of the night, where you are in fact going to be in front of a microphone casting for the rest of the night. So, you know, we as casters need to warm up as well. This first game though does go the way of Exdee Gaming. They managed to pull it out, and you know, it seemed that Revenant they let in 2 goals that arguably should have been saved. They should have been well dealt with. Maybe it was they weren't clearing the ball fast enough in the first place, or they just weren't making saves that should, at this level of the game, be pretty expected. So they let go 2 goals that should have been saved, and they were 2 goals shy of the win there. So, you know, maybe they're going to want to just shake that off now. They did seem to be turning around the momentum a little bit at the end there. Nearly found the back of the goal in the last couple of seconds. They're going to want to now fix that for this game. And it has been 30 seconds, so they've already patched the 1 goal that was scored here, although that was their goal. Maybe they just need to keep going with that early pressure.
Yeah, they need to start out with something strong. But it feels like at the end of the game number 1, they have tightened up their defensive mistakes. Definitely weren't letting out anything new. And now if they can be a little bit more solid and bring the ball to the side of Exdee and not making as many mistakes in making those flips, but now it's seemingly that the flip disease has transferred to the Exdee, as that was not going anywhere. They have been looking more solid, the side of Revenant Esports, but the first match definitely still weighs on them just a little bit, and we can see that the Exdee Gaming haven't changed their tune, and they're continuing pretty much the same strategy, although they shouldn't leave the net open. Samurai were to get the first goal of the series.
Really nice play here. NoClip tries to turn around. ProNoob actually reads it off him, reads that turn, and manages to, you know, kill the ball into the center. No one from the side of Exdee is able to get back in time, and Exdee goes down for the second time out of 2 games. They have both times given away that first goal, and ProNoob's looking to make this even better. Nice read there, almost gets it off the backboard, but that's a double commit by them. Headshot and ProNoob both come out. Timmy's trying to put it long. ProNoob manages to get it to the side, and there, Exdee had a pretty good shot there, just through to the overcommit. Headshot makes a great save this time. It seems he's shaken off a little bit of those nerves.
He still, I feel like, needs to get into a proper rotation, trying to stop the ball by driving under it. Usually it doesn't bode too well. Another slow shot. It seems like Revenant Esports are not ready for the shots coming towards them. And in the attack, there was a great chance as the ProNoob was setting up a play off the backboard. There was a double commit that you mentioned, but it was a double commit where none of the 2 remaining players went for the ball. No one was cleaning up the bounce, potential rebounds. And instead, they couldn't get anything in the offense, and they almost as quickly conceded something in defense. Only by a miracle in the end. It's still a push, but it's a game of slow shots. Headshot specifically prefers to shoot his shots from the middle of the field, and he is succeeding.
And again, it comes down to that back net. Just there's no one close enough. They're almost getting these saves, and it seems that both of these goals have just come by maybe a little bit too much over-aggression from the side of Exdee. What a shot coming in now from NoClip. Reads that beautifully off the wall and doesn't even wait for it. He knows that that's coming up and picks it up here. Beautiful shot. No one is able to get back for 117 k's an hour, and Exdee mechanically just pulling in themselves back into this game now. 2 apiece is the score.
NoClip just says, you think you know how to score long-distance shots? Watch this. And he crafts an amazing move, read the play perfectly. And look at that, the pressure, again, is the Exdee are putting all the men up front, constantly putting the shots on the net of the Revenant Esports. But another long shot comes, headshot. It's his specialty, it seems. He, for whatever reason, loves specifically those shots in the middle of the field, boom it straight towards the net. Open net opportunity, but since ProNoob has put it just a little bit to the side, no one was able to follow that, and the chance was wasted.
Headshot there, looking to go up, and now again this triple commit from the side of Revenant could mean that that is it. In fact, it is. NoClip making sure at the end there. Just both these teams seem to be too aggressive, and Mother makes no mistake. He was always going to get to that first, and even with no boost, he managed to... NoClip actually steals the goal. My apologies there. Mother, you totally deserve that. NoClip, that was cheeky, my friend. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's about the team winning, and they are, in fact, now in the lead after that play by both of them. I'll give it to them.
Hey, it's a hat-trick. He now has his hat-trick. Now he can let it out just a little bit to give the rest of the goals to Mother. But both of the teams need to change something about the way they play. The defense is just not existing. Either you should play a little bit more passively, not put all 3 players in the attack, have one safeguard in the back, or perhaps think about contesting these shots just a little bit better, because just a lot of shots have snuck in past all the 50-50 duels, and long shots after another long shot have started either the counterattack or a chance at the goal. Let's see what Headshot will be able to do. Whether the ProNoob will finally finish up one of his maneuvers, or whether I think the more organized pressure from Exdee Gaming will actually be the tool that they will use to win the series.
Really nice save there by Headshot, managing to get it out and just alleviate some of the pressure, but you know that pressure's right back on. What a play there by the side. Mother coming off pretty much on the ceiling there. He couldn't have gotten much closer there. Timmy just lofts his ball as high as absolutely possible. Mother comes in and reads it just below the crossbar. Seems like Exdee just has the aerial advantage in this game so far to get themselves a 2-goal lead.
Unfortunately, Headshot again in the net, but still some credit to him. He has 3 saves. Currently is working hard. I'm not sure what he is constantly the man in the net, how that ends up being all the time. But he has been the reason, well, this time the reason for that goal was obviously Samurai Warty. Lost the dribble in his own half, and brilliant reaction by NoClip. He recognizes that the Samurai Warty is struggling with the dribble. So, hey, just even if he doesn't score, then at least stop the attack. Let everyone else return. That's a 5-2 score. NoClip doesn't want to save. Oh, stop. And that is quite an interesting kickoff with the control going to Revenant Esports and the goal going to Revenant Esports as well. Not sure why they let that go. A little bit of a lapse in communication, maybe. NoClip was trying to do something else. Maybe had a scratchy nose. But this reduces the lead of Exdee Gaming to 2 goals, and with 60 seconds remaining, it's doable. But it still feels like for a majority of the Revenant Esports goals, it has been mostly luck and coincidence, and the occasional lapse in judgment from Exdee Gaming rather than the planned out goals.
Certainly seems to be Mother coming up again, trying to redirect this one, and ball drops dangerously. NoClip manages to read it off the crossbar, and it finishes by Timmy JS. He comes through. I mean, this was a really nice attempt here, but it seems that the constant theme is there is no clears coming out from the side of Revenant. They are able to make most of the saves, but you need to make not just a save, it needs to be a save into the corner at worst. Otherwise, you know, a nice clear out to stop this. Timmy now shows his sidewall abilities here, going, NoClip, you're not the only one who can pull off these sort of shots. So again, off the kickoff, just that same wall and the same shot goes over the top, no one back. And I think that pretty much now seals the nail in the coffin for the side of Revenant in this game.
What is it about that wall? It's specifically this spot and specifically that right wall, if you're looking from the goal of Exdee Gaming, that for whatever reason is the magnetic spot for the balls going from the kickoff, and they use that to their advantage. It could be, obviously, you can position your car a specific way. Whoopsie daisy. And there's another goal, a 3. This is, well, it has been a demolition so far. Now it's just getting ugly, as yet another goal sails into the net of Revenant Esports. But you can position your car a specific way on the kickoff, and about 75% of the time you will be able to get the ball where you want it to go, so your teammate already waits for it there. And seemingly that Exdee Gaming already have tried something like that, and 2 of these goals are the proof of that, or at least their reaction, their ability to adapt to the play. They see where the ball is going and they know how to play it. Headshot gets one more with 8-4 the score, and that is only just a little bit of a consolation prize.
It's been quite cool to see some of the goals coming in here. Yes, it has been quite a one-sided game, match, series so far towards the side of Exdee, but you know, getting to see both of these teams and putting in some of their great goals. I mean, we've seen some great aerial passing plays by both of the sides, mainly though from the side of Exdee. You cannot take it away from Mother, Exdee, and Timmy just being able to chain those passes together, and they scored 3 goals from aerial plays. So, you know, that could have been the difference. It was nice to see some passing plays coming out there from the side of Revenant, but it turns out in this best of 3 to not be quite enough, and Exdee do take this. They've secured themselves a position in the final. If you guys are just joining us, this is the ACGL MGMS, and Exdee Danger Kids has gone the way, secured themselves a place in the finals. And in the finals of today, the winner of today does get 2,500 Rand. Second place gets 1,250. So they've got themselves at least some change into their back pocket from this victory over Revenant Esports.
Yeah, and well, we'll have to say, well, not goodbye just yet. Team Name will be playing against Revenant Esports in a loose brackets final. That's the upcoming match. It'll also be interesting. First of all, we haven't seen Team Name just yet, so that's a new thing in our equation. Who will be better, who will be worse? But for Revenant Esports, Yes, I feel like they weren't comfortable in their own defense. When it came to time to make it clear, a lot of double commits were happening. No one was clearing the ball with enough power to just put it somewhere away. It was always just a slow, like, put it up just a little bit higher, and that's about it. And when it even came to just blocking the shots, blocking the plans of Exdee Danger Kids, just that wasn't happening, and that last scoreline was just a show of that.
So, guys, this has been the first game. This was the winner bracket final. We have 2 more games for you still. Loser bracket finals. The loser of that one does get kicked out at this stage, but the winner comes back to fight Exdee for that top spot in this and the best seeding for the finals. We'll be back with that match in just a couple of seconds. This is Ulturism Jar of Jam, bringing you the ACGL MGMS Rocket League tournament for South Africa. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
nights out, lying in your arms, and these feelings start to change. One look into your eyes, and I'm floating far away. I've never been here before. I don't know the score, but I never wanted you more than I do tonight. Escape with me. Will you escape with me? And we'll start brand new. Escape with me. Will you escape with me? And I've never been here before. I don't know the score, but I never wanted you more than I do tonight. Escape with me. Will you escape with me? And we're brand new.
from beneath the sand. Place can take me across, seems so far away. Across this universe, she lives another day. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she's changed. I know the reason she's so far away.
Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Erase all of these broken dreams and flight. And we'll fly.
Okay, cool. I've just got a message from Pro and Samurai, both asking for lobby details. They don't have them. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's start this. Tell me when I can go. Whoops. Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start our second game. Sorry for the long. Just some technical issues, guys. Had to restart routers and that. But we are ready to get here into the loser bracket finals. I am still Ulturism, and joining me is Jar of Jam. If you missed the first game, guys, it is one that's going to be really good to look forward to. Jar, what do you think of coming up in this next game?
Our team name and Revenant Esports will be an interesting one to watch for partly for a reason that team name we haven't seen them just yet, and partly for the fact that Revenant Esports have lost pretty heavily to their opponents, the Exdee Danger Kids, previously 2-0 and, or rather 8-3 and 3-1, and that last game was a little bit of a complete and utter demolition. Although both sides were playing a little bit poorly in the defense, this time it's Revenant Esports. Let's see how they can recover from a heavy loss and whether team name will be able to put anything against them. And obviously, the winner of this losers brackets final will be moving to the grand finals. We'll be playing the Exdee Danger Kids once again.
It's going to be interesting to see. Revenant has had a couple of minutes now to just, get their breath back, make sure that they're on the right page mentally. They've got a good chance now to come back, and they did beat team name in the previous qualifiers last week, so it's going to be interesting to see. They do have the kickoff going their way. Now Magoo pushes it along. He was part of one of the best teams in South Africa, Red Neptune Gaming, and he is now swapped across to this team name. He's going to be very interesting to watch in this game. He's always been a very, very spectacular player. Now we see Axel going up, trying to put it into the corner. Samurai Werty goes up and meets it, but instead puts it back into the center. Magoo pushes back, headshot, gets up nice and quickly, though, not making any mistakes in defense this time.
Yeah, we can see the team name, their playstyle is fast and, well, not even loose. No, it's fast and precise. Now, finding only Samurai Werty in the defense for Revenant Esports, they can't capitalize on that, but look at how quickly they get as a team. Not just one player rushes out somewhere. No, they were all ready to get out. And I do believe they will be pressuring the Revenant Esports just like the Danger Kids were pressuring them. And here's an explosion of popcorn, the opening goal of the game for Team name.
Magoo reading that nicely. Samurai just hesitating a little bit to read that. They're not able to clear it out, and Magoo makes no mistake there. His team is going to be very, very excited, very happy, team name, to get that first goal on the board. Magoo now wins the kickoff and tries to chase it. Now Samurai Werty actually puts it back, and what a great redirect headshot there in the right place at the right time. I thought that Pro Noob was just going to take the straight shot here. Instead passes it back off. Sorry, that was Samurai Werty. He did have the open goal to go through, but you know what? At the end of the day, they got the goal in, and that's what counts. 1-1 is the score now for the side of team name versus Revenant Esports.
I thought exactly. Samurai Werty was on an open goal, but I think that's even better, the pass that he made, because that caught team name off guard. The fact that the ball wasn't going straight in meant that the defenders rushing to the goal line weren't saving that one. And that just put just a little bit more pace on the ball, which means that it was even more unsavable. So we're seeing some great stuff for Revenant Esports. The question is, where was all that great stuff in their game against Exdee Danger Kids? And it's still a lot to be played for. We've only been here for at least a little bit more than 90 seconds, and the match is only starting. But Revenant Esports already showing what they can do. Headshot, again on the wall, makes that challenge. And boy, that some of these shots by Headshot, you just expect them to somehow get into the net. But not this time. Samurai Warrior with Demolition, and I do believe that this team name attack will be breaking down. Maybe not. They still haven't relinquished the control of the ball. And now Headshot and ProNoob find themselves on the side of the field, and another double committing. It seems that they not always know where to go. Headshot, for example, there was just waiting for ages until something would happen, and he is not getting in the right position as quickly as his team would have hoped.
Man, that was about a 30-second build-up there. That this team name just managed to keep it going between themselves. There are no clears coming out again from the side of Revenant Esports. Again, their Achilles heel is just not being able to get that ball to the other side of the field. And Team Name does a very good job to keep up that pressure and keep it going. So that seems to be the name of the game on how to beat Revenant Esports. Keep up that pressure, keep taking those shots. And now we see Magoo gets a nice hit to the side. Lion's going to have to clean that up in the corner now. Gets pushed out of the way now. And between Headshot and ProNoob, they're looking to try and make something happen. Nothing happens. Samurai Warrior manages to pinch it into the roof, and ProNoob now wanting to go in there. Not enough boost, though, to try and get any sort of good attempt.
I think for Revenant Esports, the way you can sum up the whole thing is they need more decision. Oh, that's a great redirect straight from the midfield. A little bit reminiscent of what I've seen from, I believe, Frag for previously playing for Pure Excellence, or could have been Zeto. It's been ages ago. It's reference to European scene that perhaps not everyone have seen these teams or these players, but really more decision making for Revenant Esports needs to happen both in the attack and the defense, and just in every single bit of a play. That was a great reaction, and Headshot was this close to the goal. But sometimes in the defense just are playing a little bit too passively, not reacting to the shots the team name or previously Danger Kids were putting, and in the end just inviting the other team. And that's, if you give a chance to a high tier team, they will just take it and use it. Well, most of the times Headshots find themselves on the breakaway, and Revenant Esports tie up the game.
Just a really nice quick counter attack there, and again it came off a really good clear by Samurai Warrior, getting up on the wall, getting a nice high ball that goes. Headshot chased it downfield, and you know, if they can keep up that sort of play, keep up those long clears, then they can really win this and really make themselves a dangerous team to come against. But we see Lion now wanting to emulate there the Timmy and no-clip shots from the previous games that we saw. Not able to do it, unfortunately. Magoo manages to make a nice challenge in the center there. Ball drops down. Lion's doing the ever-present, ever-vigilant defender there. Now Axel pushes it to the side. Lion sitting in the goals. Axel trying for an interesting attack there, trying to get
something happens like this goal, for example. But team name we're pretty close. 10 seconds remaining. There's still a tiniest of the chances. But it seems like for this one, it'll be over, and Revenant Esports will be getting their first win of the I spoke too soon almost. Wow.
Man, they had two shots there.
That was a 1 and 2. But Revenant Esports win their first match of all the series they have played so far. And it was mostly Headshot, really the player we have been pointing out as perhaps not the best player in the defense. This time really shot it in the offense.
Maybe they do need to just change it up, get that more fluid rotations coming out from the side to, you know, maybe give them a little bit more time there in the offense. Just playing really, really well, getting a couple of nice redirects in, and they managed to get more of their clears going, and it seemed to be the difference there. Team name, some great offense, some great pressure, but, you know, maybe letting their defense down a little bit seems to be the theme of the night, where the teams are offensively great, but then they just leave a little chink in their armor there on the counterattack or on the pressure. They can't get that ball out. And that's where we start seeing most of these goals is either on a breakaway from the other side of the field or on just shot after shot after shot until one of them comes in.
Yeah, well, for some of these games, it wasn't even the chink in the armor. It was a huge black hole that sometimes these players were leaving. Still, credit to Revenant Esports, despite being really close, it was a 1-goal game. They managed to hold on to this. Headshot was making that many saves, but it feels like the rest of the team has also stepped up, and Team Name themselves weren't actually getting as many chances on net, as many shots as previously the Danger Kids got on Revenant Esports. So that also might be the reason why the score was as is. But now it's time for game number 2. Team Name now will know what the weaknesses of Revenant Esports are, and it's the same ones that we mentioned previously. It's the clears.
All right.
And
So, guys, we're going to have to be right back within just a couple of seconds. We are having some problems with the stream. So, guys, hang on for 3 seconds. We're sorry for all the delays. We'll be right back in just a second. Oh, boy. Change over. Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for that quick delay. We are ready now to go with the second game between Team Name and Revenant Esports here in the loser bracket finals. Team Name did drop that first game. They were so close to pulling it out in the last couple of seconds. They needed 1 goal, and they actually had 2 attempts, and they just couldn't make it happen. Revenant Esports did take their first game after a 2-0 loss to Exdee. I'm Ulturism here with Jar of Jam, and we're ready to get into the second game of the loser bracket finals.
Team Name came really close in the game number 1 here, and they got a great start for them going. I'm surprised the Magoo didn't even go for this. You just saw him completely abandon the kickoff that he won himself, and instead just went somewhere to the side. So Team Name aren't feeling comfortable, and as everyone misses, only Axel manages to lead it up to the side. It's a little bit of a mess right now on the field. I hope that as teams just get a little bit, drop their rust off, maybe it will be a little bit more organized. But right now it feels like everyone is just trying to do their own thing and not really playing as a team.
They're going to need to get that back together because both of these teams, you know, at this point of the game, you can't carry it as a single person. You need to work together. We've seen most of the goals coming out from good passing plays, good aerial touches to each other, and good following up in general between the two teams. Now we see ProNoob coming in. A really dangerous play there from Lion to set it up into the center. Headshots up. He's been very good in the offense. In that previous game, Samurai Wurty left alone, was facing the wrong direction, but does well now to get back in. Really nice passing play coming out from the start of Team Name, and they need to do that to be able to progress in this tournament.
Yeah, I've tried. They had made a great attempt, just that a couple mistakes. Magoo specifically just, again, going for the ball that he has no business getting in. Axel was already on it. No one in the defense, and a series of slow shots doesn't find its target, as Revenant Esports are trying hard to put something on net of Team Name, but nothing so far finds the target. Headshot is the one in the attack, and maybe you've mentioned that if you put Headshot on the attack, maybe bring him out of the defense, maybe that's a solution for them, but someone needs to be in defense as well, and it's Headshot. Once again, caught on the wall without the chance to clear it out, and that was a little bit of a hard one. He tried to reach for it, but not enough height, means that the ball falls straight to line Z.
Seems like the guys are just on defense, maybe not making the best decisions there. We saw ProNoob going up into the air for pretty much a 50-50% chance for both of the two players from each of the teams to really contest it. So, you know, when you're the last man back and the guy doesn't have a great shot or a great angle or an easy angle at least, it's sometimes better to just, you know, drop it back, come back and maybe try and make the save instead of contesting the shot in the first place. There he didn't get it, and Headshot was not able to come back in time, and it cost him the goal. Now it seems like they're wanting to turn around quickly. Magoo is there in the defense, tries to take it up over Headshot, does manage to get it. Headshot actually pushed it back. Pro Noob just putting it to the side, now has to fight Axel on the roof. Doesn't manage to get it off the wall, and Lion puts it just wide. Now we see a pinch shot actually rolling back the other way. Samurai Wurti managing to get a turtle goal just because of Lion just missing that, and Magoo was a little far up.
Yeah, Magoo couldn't stop that 50-50 going not his way. He was on the ground, playing a little bit slowly and passively, and you saw that Samurai Wurti just played the ball off his roof, just for a little bit of a style point and a little bit of BM as well. Magoo tries to fix the situation immediately and tries to attack, but it's what we see. Look at that, immediately, Revenant Esports are thinking about the attack, but one player loses their challenge and bam, the counterattack immediately starts for the other team. No one is in the back, and it's, you need to rely on your teammates. Oh, you really needed to rely on their teammates. Magoo almost got an easy chance as the Revenant Esports lost the ball, but you need to rely on your teammates to make specific challenges, to make specific plays, and that's how you get quick counterattacks. If one of your players messes up, more often than not, this leads to a complete disaster in the defense. Right there. Perfect example. Axel scores a goal off the fact that Revenant Esports couldn't control the ball on the flank. Samurai Wurti completely lost that challenge, and no one was there to cover.
Magoo making a really nice pass to the center, and it's exactly like you say. It's, you know, one mistake, and the team needs to be aware of those. As soon as the mistake gets pointed out or transpires, they need to be there to go, you know, okay, that's it. That's the offensive chance gone, unless they can get it a really nice recovery or something. But, you know, you cannot keep diving ahead like that. Now we see it again. One mistake in the offense leaves this ball flying all the way down, and now two players up. Magoo manages to put it in, but Axel saves it by accident there. That was completely a goal for Magoo, and he doesn't get it. Oh, that's going to be heartbreaking if that's what kicks them out of this tournament. They are a game down so far, and that could have been the winning goal for them in this game. They're not out of it yet, though. They're still up by a goal. Axel now trying to put it back into the center, but Pro Noob is on this, pushes it down. Headshot looking to come across, but Magoo definitely has that ball. Puts a long shot back towards Samurai Wurti. Wurti doesn't make a good clear. That means someone is going to have to come in. Pro Noob manages to put it to the side. Wurti up on the wall now. Goes up, pushes it long. Axel's underneath this, though, so he's going to control that down to just kill this offensive opportunity.
I'm still trying to decide whether that block by Axel was a holy cow, a whoops, or that quick chat where it's just exclamation point, @ hash. Like, I swear, because that was their goal to score, especially. But at the same time, in the same attack, you've seen how many times there are double commits were happening. So the play could have turned around on its head any second, and we've seen a couple of exchanges just like that, Bolt switching the direction and coming to one side, then to the other side in a blink of an eye, and still no goal out of that one. Team Name still in the lead and still pressuring the Revenant Esports. You see how they're trying to test them out, and it's working. Quite many times Headshot stops the ball in a horrible position. Couldn't control it just yet. Final seconds counting down. This needs to be a quick attack by Revenant Esports. But seemingly, look at that, they've dropped the ball again. They weren't going for their ball, the ball that they controlled just a second ago. They decided, oh, we can't go for that one. And Team Name was so much quicker. Tied series.
That game just seemed to be dominated by mistakes and capitalizations on those mistakes. We've seen both teams there make a couple of errors and clears, or in, you know, trying to carry the ball, maybe dropping it off a dribble. And it's which team can react faster. Is it your team when you make the mistake? Do you just call it back, drop everyone back into defense and try cover that now shot coming in? Or can the other team just capitalize on a quicker? Magoo did spectacularly in that last game, really managing to pick up a couple of loose balls there, passing one to the center for that second goal and nearly getting a goal of his own there. Axel just maybe wanting that player of the game, that MVP for himself. But, you know, we'll call it definitely, like you say, lots of chat options going in there. Probably chat muted for 2 seconds, just with the amount of frustration that must have come out for that. But this is a best of 3. This is the third match. This is the match that determines who goes on to face Exdee in the finals and who gets kicked out of this tournament. This is the last chance, and Headshot makes an early breakthrough just 8 seconds into the game.
A great start as Axel overestimates his abilities to play a ball in the air, uses all his boost just to get there. In the end, misses, and since team name, 2 players involved in a kickoff, only one last man remaining to do something with the ball. No one is back in the position. Quick start from Revenant Esports. In the previous game, they were held to 2 shots by team names, so that could be their own one of the rare chances in this game as well. So can they hold on to that 1-goal lead? Most likely not. Every single game we've seen today was at least 4 goals or so scored. Although already the result of the previous game have escaped my mind. It's 3-1, wasn't it?
It was 2-1. It was close.
2-1.
That
Okay,
Axel save would have made it 3-1. But like you say, it's a lot of goals coming out from both sides. And, you know, if these 2 teams can just keep up with some sort of decent defense to match up to their great offense that they've all shown, that could really make it a much tighter game, but it doesn't seem like either of the teams is really able to keep going. Samurai Werty makes a good effort now to clear it out, though. Axel coming in, and, you know, better rotations seem to be coming out from both of the sides. They've always got someone back there to just clear out that long clear.
Well, to continue my point, I do feel that it's impossible that this match will end up in a 1-0 score. There must be at least 2 goals scored, and Magoo is definitely trying. With the headshot mostly following the ball, you saw how he wasn't going for a save, wasn't going for a clear. In that position, a powerful clear to the other side, if not on target, but just at least to alleviate the pressure, would have been perfect. Instead, he just followed the ball and didn't go for it, and that is an unfortunate chip in the net, as Lion gets the credit. But really, it was the another double commit by Revenant Esports, and unfortunate side of the event, as one player just cuts the other off. Calculated? Well, not really. Lion just says, whoops, I'll take this goal, but sorry, we didn't intend it this way.
Like you said, though, your points didn't take long to come into prediction there, or your prediction didn't take long to come out there, as we do get 1-1, and now 2-1, in fact. Axel making sure that team name does want to be on top and doesn't want to be under pressure for the rest of this. Magoo doing a really nice shot there, managing to put it in, and just a chip off the defender there. Pops it up for Axel. Axel pretty much in the air already, blistering pace. And, you know, from the 1-0, definitely not going to be set with that scoreline for the rest of it, as we are now 2-1 to the side of team name.
It all started with Pro Noob not recovering his car quickly on the wall. Then it proceeded into the fact that, let's just watch this attack unfold, as that is a crossbar, 2 shots already. But that previous attack started with Pro Noob on the wall, then proceeded to the fact that Headshot wasn't quick enough to get into the air. He hesitated just for a second and couldn't get in the air fast enough, where Axel, the Lion was already in the air. Then Samurai Werty in the net, last man standing, couldn't react to the ball flying as well. He maybe was expecting Headshots challenges, and perhaps a pre-jump was in order. Instead, it's just not enough reaction time from Revenant Esports means that they concede 1 and then immediately concede the second one.
Just really shows how much momentum plays into the world of Rocket League. We've seen so many teams just, you know, they get 5-6 games in a row going their way, and then they just drop 1 game, even 1 goal early in a game, and it's enough. Now we see a nice shot coming out. Pro Noob trying to find a Samurai Werty on the edge there, trying to get a nice redirect going there, not able to do anything. Pro Noob makes a save off his own goalpost there. Really nice play there. That was incredibly difficult, but he managed to do it. And then they let it go like this. The softest little play comes in from halfway down the field. Magoo comes off, reads it nicely. Not a spectacular shot, but it didn't need to be. A headshot there, waiting on the side. I'm surprised he didn't go for that a little bit faster. But it does mean that another goal goes up to the lead of team name.
The problem for Headshot was the moment the shot happened, he was driving away. Quick shot by Samurai Werty right there, but Headshot was caught on the counter movement and he tried to recover, but his drift wasn't quick enough. He ended up on the wall and he hesitated again just a little bit. Should I jump for that one? Should I somehow intercept this? In the end, he stumbled a little bit on the wall, got in a horrible position, and couldn't get his car in the way that will clear the ball out. So yeah, Team Name just caught Revenant Esports in a position where they haven't planned it. They were just challenging, routinely challenging for the ball. But on that attempt, it caught them completely off guard. And that's a follow-up. Magoo can't finish it up off the backboard. But look at how inefficient Revenant Esports currently are about clearing those balls off the backboard or just refusing Team Name rebounds. No, Team Name are getting everything they can get.
It certainly does seem to be like that, as you say. These clears are just not coming out. The inefficiency, it's taking 2 or 3 hits to get a ball to the other side of the field, which you should be doing in 1. And then it saves you, an extra player, an extra 2 players to follow up that, maybe get a backboard shot. But when you've got to commit 2 people or 3 people to make a save, it means that the counter-attack becomes very, very dangerous, because now you've all dedicated yourself out of position. And it means that now Team Name are just dominating the pace of this game, like you say.
Well, there's almost no time for Revenant Esports to change something in this game. They've got the shots now. They are outshot the Team Name so far in this game, but it doesn't count. Doesn't count for anything, really. You might be getting all the shots, but the scoreline is 4-1 in the to the Team Name side, and nothing will be changing in this game. Team Name recovered. Team Name recovered very well. It's lost game number 1, but the game number 2 and game number 3 just picked up the control, blocked completely, let's say stopped any chances from Revenant Esports in the game number 2, and in the game number 3 just picked up the pace, and that 1 goal didn't mean much. And we'll be seeing Team Name proceeding into the grand finals.
Well played to Team Name. Revenant losing 2 matches in a row there, only picking up 1 game out of those. Unfortunately for them, they're not able to just keep up that consistency. We've seen great shots, we've seen excellent shots, team plays, and then we've seen goals that should be saved, clears that should be made, that just keep putting pressure on themselves. So Revenant, great team. Look forward to seeing more from them in the future, but instead, it is now going to be Team Name going to meet Exdee in the finals. They've secured themselves a place at the finals coming up in a couple of weeks, but they still want to make their mark there. They want to go in with the best seed, and they want to get their prize money today of 2,500 Rand instead of the 1,250 second place prize. They've got themselves some money. It's going to be interesting to see how they go against Exdee, who has not dropped a game so far in this tournament.
Yeah, for Exdee, really, they are the top build team. No Clip with his 4,000 hours played. Like, how has no one taken this guy in his team? Really, he is the best one. He is the best one on that side. But really, him, Mother, they're just and the Timmy, just all together, they're such a solid team.
Well, NoClip does have 4,000 hours in Rocket League. He's been playing this for a long time and practicing. That's why he's got such mechanical skill. But guys, we're going to be jumping back into that final game in just a couple of seconds. We just need to get the teams organized. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with probably the best game of the night. Don't go anywhere. We'll see just now. Cheers.
Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories. Lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight, and we'll
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals of the second qualifier in the ACGL MGMS Rocket League tournament. The South African teams tonight have really been putting on a good show for us. Exdee so far really looking dominant with both their aerial plays, their rotations, just in general, their great play. Team Name having now beaten out Revenant Esports to secure their place in this finals. They're going to want to take out Danger Kids now to secure themselves the top seed. Ja, predictions?
Well, it's the Danger Kids, really. The Exdee Gaming Danger Kids were the #1 seed coming into this one, #1 prediction. They still remain that top team since the play that we've seen from NoClip, Mother, and Timmy was sublime in that first game, third series that we've seen today on the stream. Team Name did beat the Revenant Esports, and it's a question: can Danger Kids exploit whatever flaws in defense there are for Team Name, or whether Team Name will be a much more solid team against rather than Revenant Esports? So first game, just a little bit of introduction for both teams, would imagine, with Danger Kids just playing their own style of play, maybe a little bit more passively than usual. And for Team Name, if they have watched the stream, I do think they know what Exdee Danger Kids can bring on, and will be perhaps a little bit also shy. But who knows? Team Name can just completely go all out and surprise Danger Kids right from the word go.
There's no doubt that Danger Kids is probably the favorite here. I have to ask, though, so now having watched Danger Kids and seeing how well they played together, what do you think Team Name, as the underdogs, has to do? How would you approach a game against Danger Kids? Is it a charge out and meet the guy in the air, try to stop the passes before they happen? Or is it a, maybe sit back in goals a little bit more, wait to see one or two of their passes, and then try to pick your moments?
I'd say against the Danger Kids, you never play passively. It's impossible to play passively against those guys who go for a quick 1-2 passing play on the ground. Or go for some aerial plays. No, you need to beat them. Unfortunately, beating them at their own game, if you really aren't quite there with the reaction times and your skills in the air or on the ground, seems like almost impossible. But passive play is a no-go for this one. Revenant Esports have tried that, and I think they were punished for that immensely. Just sitting in the net, waiting for shots to come in. Exdee Danger Kids want that. They like, hey, we're going to set up a play here. Okay, you're not reacting to it. We're just going to finish this play. Hey, look, a goal. Hey, look at 2 goals. Hey, look at that. We won the series already in the grand finals. So Team Name, I'd say start fast, but don't forget about your defense, because Danger Kids will try to exploit every single bit that they can.
Certainly. It seemed that Team Name, to me at least in the previous game, they seemed to win because they capitalized really nicely on the mistakes there of Revenant Esports. So it's going to be interesting to see if Danger Kids does overcommit. We saw it in their game against Revenant. They did overcommit a couple of times. They either had 2 guys in the air, or just maybe someone not getting back quite quickly enough on the defense. And it's going to be interesting to see is Danger Kids going to make more offensive abilities and opportunities for themselves, or is Team Name going to be able to capitalize on maybe one bad touch or one overcommittal that puts them in the lead? It's going to be quite interesting to see, I think, how both of these teams and their different play styles. But as you say, that the passiveness is lethal towards a team that's going to go against Danger Kids.
Yeah, it's not just the best. Also, let's mention the fact that today we've seen all the teams play with a little bit of a casualty, or not a casualty, but casualness in their defense. All the teams were at sometimes really sloppy when it came to either leaving players behind or just defending. Obviously, the Danger Kids were conceded a couple of goals even against Revenant Esports in that complete demolition, but still, it seems like the defense is one thing that all of the teams here can tighten up just a little bit. And whether it will be another complete blast from both of the sides where just goals and goals and no one thinking about the defense, or maybe some team will finally realize, hey, if we're just that much more solid in defense, let's just focus on that first and then play from there. Maybe that could be the answer. But it's hard to adjust like that in the second. It's nice to talk about it, but it's all a question whether someone even calls that out, whether the team captain or the coaches notice that, point out to the players, and whether the players themselves can adapt that quickly, because they only have Today they only had, every single time they have about 5 minutes to adapt during a game. Then you have at most 60 seconds break to make any changes. And during that point, you won't get extra skill points. You won't get suddenly knowledge of 1,000 hours of play. No, you'll have to adapt extremely quickly, and not everyone can do that.
Adaptation is certainly very important for these two teams. They both have a very dynamic play style, and it's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams come out. I have to give you a little bit of just awareness of these teams. Obviously, you're not very involved. And to any of our watchers who don't, know 100% about the local Rocket League scene, Danger Kids has been here since the beginning. I'm talking first local tournaments, first tournaments ever held, prize money or no. Danger Kids has been around. So they have been playing together. They have shuffled their roster a little bit. Mother has been there for a long time. No Clip is new to the team, and Timmy has only come in the last couple of months to really solidify this. So, they've got a lot of cohesion for a team that is very new, but team name is the one that I'm very, very interested in. They were playing as a pretty much a different lineup a couple of months ago when we had the VS Gaming Championships, the big tournament that really signified the end of the year of competitive Rocket League in South Africa. They came in as the 8th seed in the country, team name. They had Lion, who is here playing in this team. He was leading their team. They came in as the 8th seed and managed to knock out the 1st seed Rocket Eclair team from that tournament. They took them out into the lower bracket. So that was a fascinating thing. And Magoo coming in has just enhanced their team. So I think this team really deserves a lot more recognition than their history maybe foretells.
Wow, and it's still, they didn't have enough time perhaps to gel together as a team. And well, everyone, as you mentioned previously, has been playing as a team for not as long as a period of time. But Danger Kids obviously have that pedigree and have that history behind them. And just based on the play, obviously they deserve all the praise that's coming towards them. But for team name, it's so great to see catch a team in their growing phases, after which they suddenly bloom and become this amazing team. And it seems from all the Ulturism has been telling me, both on the stream and off the stream, the fact that now the South African Rocket League scene suddenly has started growing immensely. Instead of a couple teams that have been contesting every single tournament, you have now multitudes of them, and it's no longer that easy to determine who will be the winner. And just so many good players have popped out. The grand champions are being made every single day. By the way, don't forget the season might be ending pretty soon. I do believe the February. I've seen the rumors about that. So if you want to get to that champion or grand champion, you better start grinding. Well, after this stream, not right now, but after the stream, get inspired by the plays that Team Name and Exdee Danger Kids are making, and try to do something over your own.
I have to say, for me, that's one of the most disheartening things. I go watch one of these professional teams and I go, wow, they are incredible. They're playing shots. And, I think, it can't be that hard jump into a game myself and go, oh, right, the ball's just gone straight past me. So, looking forward. And guys, this is to see now who comes out as the top team. Get inspired. Watch two of the best teams in South Africa as we go in. This is Team Name versus Exdee in the winners bracket finals of the second qualifier.
Quick note that I noticed about both of these teams: no one is cheating up to the kickoffs. It's 2 players going straight in. The rest of the team just figure out what to do. And it's, I would assume it's mostly a fact of how do you set up your kickoff strategies, whether you are specifically planning on blocking the shot in the middle, or whether your plan is to put the ball to the side and somehow play it out so that the remaining players do get to it. Right now, it doesn't seem like any of the teams are planning on specifically cheating up, getting a second man to the center, so there's an easy shot on goal. But we see a couple of quick ones off the kickoff. Headshot, no longer in this tournament, but previously did drop something like that on the opponents.
Well, I can't speak for Team Name, but Exdee certainly showed in their previous game how lethal they are off those kickoffs on the corner, on the side walls there. Both No Clip and Timmy managing to pick up goals off those kickoff shots there. Axel just making sure that it goes over the top there, but both teams looking pretty even at this point. Magoo gets a nice dunk there. Lion's there to try and pull it to the center. Doesn't manage to get inside. Magoo, not very much boost now. I'll lie, manages to get that extra touch. Mother, you know, reading that very well and going up onto the wall beforehand, just making sure he's in the right position to make it easy save.
Well, Team Name obviously either have listened to my advice or perhaps they were just as smart. I'd say they're just that good as a team. They are bringing the play to Danger Kids. Look at how much high pressure they're putting on Exdee, not letting them breathe even for a second, and no chances to just quickly recover. No, Magoo and the rest of the Team Name are constantly putting the pressure in, and Axel on the quick counterattack. The ball, I don't know what it is about the South African Rocket League, but I'd say you guys know how to move the ball from one side of the field of another in the matter of seconds.
And it seems like as good as we are at moving the ball from one side, we seem to have a weakness for the slower shots there. That one just trickling in. Timmy just getting a bad little backflip there. We've all done it so many times. But now this ball's going long. Timmy's up and has to make sure there, manages to get it just to the corner. That's enough to just shut down that shot. But, you know, maybe the way to beat these teams is not by taking hard shots. It's just making very soft shots that just roll, trickle, just seemingly impotently towards the goals and going in at the last second as someone does a backflip.
Wouldn't know of a team that specializes on slow rolling shots. You need to be fast, you need to be decisive, and these shots need to be boomers for most of the time. But hey, it's maybe it's a new meta, who knows, or meta, if I can pronounce the words correctly. Magoo gets a chance, but oh, that drops. That could have been a slow one, a chip to the side rather than a straight up shot, where two defenders of Danger Kids were already waiting. But Team Name, look at that, they are not afraid of Danger Kids, despite them saying that Danger Kids are the #1 opponents for them. They promise to take it one game at a time. Right now they're taking it one goal at a time and looking amazing. Danger Kids not getting as many shots as they would have liked, but it seemingly heats up just slowly, chance after chance. But so far, Team Name was able to stop any plans by Danger Kids, and exactly how I tried to paint a picture previously, you should stop Danger Kids as their plans start. You don't wait for them, and Team Name so far are putting players right up there, so that any of the attacks are not just passively being refused in the net. No, they're being refused at even close to the midline of the field.
Like you say, really good play by both of these sides. Team Name just going offensively now. Magoo wanting to carry on this offensive. Now the ball drops down into the center. Lions there! Manages to slot into the bottom corner there. Just Magoo reading this off the corner, puts a really high shot into the field. No one's able to get there. Timmy tries to turn around in net instead of trying to meet it as it comes down. Lion makes no mistake, slots it in there, and 2 goals for the side of Team Name. Exdee coming in as the favorites, and Team Name showing that they are here just as much to fight this out.
When the ball hits that spot on the roof, in between the roof and the wall, some people call it a waterfall. It's one of the most dangerous positions. Teams more often than not are being caught off guard as to how do I save that, and the attacker in these situations is obviously at much better advantage. They have the net in front of them. For the defender, they need to drive back into the net. I do believe that's what Timmy was trying to do. Get back into the net and then just boost out and save it at a moment that they can do so. But he didn't have enough time. Mother was going out, and Mother now is going in on the other side of the field as he rises to the occasion, rises into the air, and after a pass of no clip, just finds himself a chance as Axel this time wasn't quick enough.
Really high risk, high reward play there. His Mother was the last man back. Manages to get into the air fast enough, though, that he gets that millisecond faster touch. Gets it into the goal, and it happens. And, you know, when you've only got 30 seconds left on the board, you have to make these shots count. You have to take every opportunity. They are still 1 goal down, and they need to make it happen. Magoo doesn't want to let any goals come towards them, though. Tries to put it long. Lions now rotating back. Axel makes a good shot there. Mother puts it into the center. Now Magoo turns around quickly, is under the ball, doesn't ever want to let that happen, but no clip, just leaving it there. Timmy puts the long shot. There's no one at home! 2 seconds left on the board. Great communication comes out from the Exdee Danger Kids side. Timmy turns around and goes, oh, wait, easy shot, straight down the field. Let's get an overtime going.
That demolition completely changed the whole play. Magoo himself actually did to the center. He first went to the side, Weren't expecting that that mess up in the midfield would lead to the goal. So, wow, team name, despite being so decisive right there at the end, perhaps just a little bit forgot themselves. The fact that the timer is running down doesn't mean that you're at 100% safe. So many goals have been scored at the 0-second mark, and many of the games have been decided just by that, either going into the overtime or just completely switching up the game. Right now, team name, despite holding out so well, and still holding out Danger Kids to a respectable 6 shots, they haven't let that one slip just a little bit, and I do feel like the Danger Kids will be turning off the heat starting up from this moment. NoClip with a start up. We haven't seen many of the aerial tries from him. NoClip survives this one, keeps the control of the ball, and does his all by himself. Okay, his name is NoClip, but please someone clip that.
I have never seen someone brute force through an aerial dribble. Normally it's a finesse shot. Normally it's one of these that you have so many little touches that the guys can't predict where it's going. There he lands on the ball, gets his nose dug into that, and pushes it through. Somehow, team name, coming from a 2-0 lead with 30 seconds left on the board, managed to drop it. 3 goals going this side. Everyone from the side of Danger Kids managing to pick up a goal there. Great play by them to just stay calm under the pressure, and they take the first game.
Mother's computer couldn't handle that goal. Information that Mother will need it some time to restart the game. So there we go. Here goes out. But wow, team name, despite being in a great position to do a whole bracket reset. So since they came out from the losers brackets in the grand finals, they need to win twice, one best of 3 and then another best of 3. They were in a good position to start up in the very first best of 3. 2-1 was the score just about like 7 seconds before the end of the match. Then quick one from Danger Kids and another beauty, wow, from NoClip. That was absolutely amazing. Now, Danger Kids are on the match point. If they win the next match, that's it. The tournament is done. Danger Kids will be celebrating a lot. But team name, a lot of effort has been put into this one, and I do feel that they have it in them to bring it back against the Danger Kids, bring this best of 3 to the final match. Now they have to win 2 matches and then another best of 3, but it seems like Danger Kids are not having that stroll in the park that they had against Revenant Esports. No, it's so much harder for them.
Man, I'm so glad we're getting a really, really tight game there. Team name really looked dominant from the beginning. They did exactly what you pointed out. They didn't play defensively. They didn't play passively. They came out and they took the fight to Danger Kids. And Danger Kids seemed to be a little staggered there in the beginning. 2 goals going the way of team name in the first little bit. Danger Kids rallied though, managed to pull it back there. And after a rather aggressive goal coming from NoClip there at the end, I would love to see that one clipped and in the highlights reel, I must admit, like you say. Here we have it, ready to go, though. Guys, remember, Danger Kids only needs 1 more victory in this best of 3. Team name needs to pull off 2 games in a row. And, you know, I wouldn't have thought that was possible at the beginning of this series. But after watching that previous game, I think team name could actually pull this off. I would love to see a reverse sweep and at least go through. Magoo sets us off there 13 seconds in. And he's listening to us. He also wants to take this to a second best of 3.
Team name is showing that Danger Kids are not an unbeatable team that they've looked so far, and there's as yet another miss. Perhaps not ready. The positioning did betray Danger Kids just a little bit there. It's not the best spot to go for an aerial. Team name got a better position just by going from farther out and just, again, routinely playing the ball. Mother, oh, field side flip. Still, now they have a man in the back, and NoClip quickly returns the favor as the team name themselves gets a little bit confused as to where everyone needs to be. Despite Mother missing that side flip, it's immediate control back to the Danger Kids, and it's an easy one. NoClip ties up the score in 30 seconds. We are back to attack game.
Seems like neither of these teams is just going to let this go. And the amazing thing is, this doesn't actually secure either of them a place. They've both got a place so far in the finals. This is for a little bit of prize money, actually quite a lot of prize money. 1,250 Rand on the line here. It separates these 2 teams. Both of them walk away with prize money. Lion now trying to put it into the center. Magoo pushing it to the center. But Mother's doing a nice little half flip casually to turn it around and get it. Puts it up on the wall there and gets an aerial dribble. Pulls it the whole way across, a little bit too far. Lion sitting in the background there, just a little bit intimidating. Means that they didn't that Mother felt he had to get it further away. Great shots coming in from both sides here, though. No one really looking to have this in control. Magoo manages to find it. NoClip with a incredibly quick, incredibly good, high mechanically skilled save there. Means that this score stays at 1-1.
So far, it's specifically the Danger Kids that have shown their skills in the air. Those aerial dribbles, aerial drags, if you want to call them like that, only they are pulling them out, and really every single time they get into the air, you better beware. It's perhaps a little bit, well, I wouldn't say uninspired, really. Myself, I wouldn't be able to pull this out at all. But maybe a little bit more of trickery, like try and flick that ball against your opponent. Right now, it seems like NoClip previously was trying just to brute force it. He succeeded, but I don't believe that he will be able to do that every single time. So maybe just a little bit of a flick in the air as well. But perhaps it's asking too much, but still, first of all, Danger Kids know how to do that. It's already a huge boon for them. Second of all, Team Name quite often are allowing them to do that, and at some point you just either have to challenge it in the air, and have been doing so, or just wait for it to drop. But passive play won't bring any benefits. We've discussed that before, and I'm glad to see that Team Name are not at no point stopping and playing passively. No, they are in Exdee Danger Kids' face, and well, Danger Kids are finally feeling some pressure underneath them or against them. And this could go either way, especially if the 50-50s are going like that.
Mother comes off the corner, off the wall there to make a save in that top corner. A really good save there. And it seems that, like you say, Team Name is coming up here. They want to put a little bit of pressure on there. There's been a couple of shots going against them for about 30-40 seconds there. Axel now getting the double touch in the air. Tries to read it off the backboard. Magoo there as well trying to read it. Now they've left themselves with only one person back here. This pinch goes down. Mother gets it off the wall. NoClip's going to want to follow this up. He has no boost though. Can't get to it. Magoo puts it out. Mother puts it straight back into the center. Axel reading this quickly, and you know, these counter attacks from Team Name have shown great promise and quite a good success rate. In fact, not able to do it this time. Magoo not feeling comfortable enough to chase up against that, and you know, that was the first moment of passivity in this game, and it nearly cost them there. Now we see NoClip wanting to come back in, has no boost and can't get the dunk. Magoo now wanting to set it back into the orange side, and that's been nearly 3 minutes without a score from either side. And as I say that, Mother off the roof comes in with that shot. Such a nice chip to himself, reads it into the air. Axel had to make that save to keep this out, and Mother just has all the faith in himself, goes up and gets himself maybe the defining goal in this series.
Another beauty from the side of Danger Kids, and I guess it's just the way that casting usually goes in Rocket League. You don't say things like, and nothing has been happening in the past minutes or so. Oh, almost got a curse on me as well. It happens, but look at that. A quick play starting up from the side of Team Name, and another distinctive feature by Team Name. Also compared to the Revenant Esports, really, we have only 3 points of reference today. It's Revenant Esports, the Team Name, and the Danger Kids. Team Name are so much more solid when it comes to putting the people back in the defense. When they're rotating, they're always a person or maybe even 2 back. They all know what they need to do, and even in confusing situations, they do get it back. Axel needs to be in the attack, and he gets the chance because NoClip misses it completely. Only on a follow-up line can score that one, but Team Name catch Danger Kids in a little bit of a mess as NoClip lost control of his car completely.
Lion there made a great dunk there to put it back into the center. Axel doesn't manage to pull it out, but you know, NoClip, I think it was actually dropping down there. If he had put it too close to that side, it might have been safe. So, you know, good pass coming out from him. Not much dribbling coming out from either side so far in this game. We see Magoo now pushing it to the side, making sure that no second touch comes in. Now Mother's up against the wall, tries to get a touch, doesn't get it. Axel manages to pass it down to Lion, and now Team Name, with 15 seconds left on the clock, is looking like the more dangerous team. As I say that, Lion gets a dunk down. Mother puts it into the center, but Magoo pops it down. This should be an attack against the orange goals now. It should be the last movement of the game. Axel doesn't want this to die. He wants to finish this off, but we do go to the overtime for the second time in 2 games. Last one went to the side of Exdee. Can Team Name bring this out in the last goal maybe of this finals?
Oh no, they definitely can. I was just about to say that Danger Kids reset. either an overtime or a goal plays in their hands, they seem like they have that strategy, and it works really well when they get a little bit of a break and do get the ball running in their own favor. So they're like in the preset positions, and from then on, they can start a play and finish this up just like they did right now. Another short overtime, unfortunately, but team name came so close every single time. And despite the teams being a little bit uneven previously, Danger Kids make a mincemeat out of Revenant Esports, and team name then weren't as quick perhaps, but still got their own against the Revenant Esports as well. Danger Kids and team name so very close, and God knows if we were playing best of 7, how far this was gonna go. But it's only best of 3. Danger Kids win this one, but team name, get a round of applause from me. Just the smallest and silliest round of applause, because
I'll join it. Don't worry, I won't leave you hanging.
There we go. That's so much better. Two people clapping is so much better. Otherwise, I'm just like sounds like I'm being sarcastic there. No, team name, very well done. Magoo Axe on the line. You must be proud of what you've done, especially on such a short notice. Since your team has been started just recently, you have already great chemistry, and I'm be interested in seeing how team name will be progressing further on in the South African scene.
It's going to be very interesting to see how both of these teams progress, and you guys get to see them and how they progress in the future games. Team Name and Danger Kids have both managed to qualify for the finals of this, and we're going to see them taking on VXP and Rocket Eclair, if I'm not mistaken, who qualified in the previous qualifiers. Those 4 teams are going to be displaying their skills in the next couple of weeks for you guys. I'm so excited to see how that does. You guys need to keep up to date with all of the details. All of those stream details will be available on the ACGL page. Follow ACGL, Rocket League South Africa. You guys get on Facebook, get on Twitter, get those hashtags out there. RLSA. We're trying to grow Rocket League in South Africa, and we've already managed to attract big names in the international scene, such as Jar of Jam. So, you know, we're getting there, and it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys make it in the finals. If you want to keep up to date on that, go along. All the social media links are there. Follow ACGL and MWEB GameZone, who are our 2 sponsors for this tournament. Thank you so much to you guys for getting that tournament up and running for us. And to everyone who's a spectator, everyone who didn't manage to qualify, you guys need to tune in for that finals. All the dates and everything will be coming on the social media sites.
Well, yeah, and I'm saying hello and, well, at this point, goodbye, because the tournament has already ended. Big thanks to everyone who has organized this event. Holden has been running the whole thing. We have Zebra doing the broadcasting, and Ulturism. Obviously, thanks for being my co-caster, and thanks for all the kind words, really, that Ult has been telling to me all this time. I'm more than 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa, but it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm glad to be here for the 2nd time now, and who knows how many more times. At some point, guys, if you need me really all the time, we might think about moving there. But for now, Latvia is looking pretty good. But South Africa, what a country, what a Rocket League scene.
Glad you like us, Jar. We would love to have you back for future broadcasts. Guys, if you want to follow Jar of Jam, all his details are there in the bottom of the video. Otherwise, I think it's at JarXJam on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. At JarXJam on Twitter, Jar of Jam on Twitch. So twitch.tv/JarofJam. And all the other links for the media can be found there. Really, all the, if you want to follow up whatever I'm up to, mostly Rocket League casting or Twitch streams, you will be able to find it there.
Perfect, guys. So that is the end of tonight's tournament. Thanks for staying to the end if you're still here. Follow us on all the social medias. I am Ulturism, joining me with Jar of Jam. Thanks again to CPZ for doing all the streaming, and we'll catch you guys in the finals of the ACGL MGMS. Check you then, guys. Bye.
You're like poetry, the crazy whirlwinds blows us from the corners of my mind. Been long since last touched for the first time. Thought I was crazy until I reached out and saw your hand there waiting for mine. Like the stars had all aligned. like you were already mine. Surreal to me how you make me feel wild and calm at the same time. Never felt so alive. Thought I was crazy until I reached out and saw your hand there waiting for mine, like the stars had all aligned. I lay beside today, tonight, your vibe, desire, our eyes on fire. And I breathe your aura, can I leave your aura? You have me like gravity. You don't have to try it, it's just like a magnet. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You just like it's like it's just like a magnet.
It's just